Hey guys, welcome to our channel, Chill on YouTube. With today's cutting-edge travel technology, it's certainly not that hard to explore new mysterious place regardless of the location. But there's still a ton of other enigmatic places that have either been locked up for good or cannot be legally visited for various reasons. In today's video, you'd be privileged to take a deep look at the world's most secretive nooks left in complete desolation. Well, you might not be able to feel them physically, but you can at least imagine what it's like to be in such sterile places, rusting away into nothingness. Well, you might have believed that there's no greater mystery than what lies beyond outer space, but today, you might change your mind for good. And before you get started, let us warn you that most of these places have got security protocols set into place. No wonder they're now referred to as the world's most heavily guarded facilities. Here are the top 7 heavily guarded places on Earth. Let's start with Number 7. The Vatican Secret Archives. The Vatican Secret Archives is a grandiose collection of some of the most interesting documents and artifacts that not only contains 12th century's worth of history, it contains the very things history was made with. The archives are not actually as secret as legend has it. Secretum actually means private in Latin, Vatican's language of choice. Still, a private archive in the most heavily fortified part of the Vatican doesn't exactly seem like open-door policy, especially since its indexes are not public, and even dedicated scholars can't reach them until they're 75 years old. The archive's main point is to house the Pope's official paperwork and correspondence, along with other documents related to the Holy See. Of course, this means that it is full of original documents that shaped history, so the people that wish to access it have to go through a very careful vetting process. In recent years, the Vatican has tried to be a bit more open about the archives. They've allowed journalists to tour the complex and even held a public exhibition of selected works in 2012. Still, the archive continues to hold plenty of secrets. For one, the Vatican refuses to release any documents that are dated after 1939. This may or may not mean that they're sitting on some stuff that indicates that the World War II era Pope Pius VII quietly collaborated with Hitler when he didn't speak up against the Holocaust. We will never know. Number 6. Fort Knox. You know what they say about Fort Knox, right? When your name is synonymous with being heavily guarded, you know it must be one of the most secure places in the world. This building houses thousands of tons of gold and stores unbelievably valuable and important historical documents like the Magna Carta and the Declaration of Independence. Also known as the United States Bullion Depository, this vault was built in 1936 and is now equipped with the most advanced security system in the world. Moreover, armed officers who are hand-selected by Washington officials are on constant watch in 4 ground-level stations around the perimeter. These guards are armed with machine guns just in case. The windows of Fort Knox are sealed from the outside, as well as the inside. They're bulletproof, fireproof, and blackened so no one can see inside. The 22-ton door makes it impossible for anyone to make their way inside. In addition, it's made of completely blast-proof material, so no amount of force is cracking this door open. The walls of the depository are 4-foot thick, solid granite, and many speculate that this would make it possible for the structure to withstand an atomic bomb. Every square inch of Fort Knox is under surveillance at all times. Number 5. The White House. This may seem like an obvious one, but the amount of security and protection at the White House makes it easily one of the most heavily guarded places in the world. Between the iron fence surrounding the grounds, to the bulletproof windows, to the rumored biometric screens to gain access, the White House definitely knows what it's doing in terms of security. Do they know what they're doing in terms of international policy or taking care of their citizens? Well, that's up for debate. But the real secret weapon is the Secret Service, who are meant to keep the president safe at all costs. The Secret Service is comprised of the top law enforcement officers in the world. With over 3,200 special agents and another 1,300 officers, this unit is one of the largest and extensive trained security teams in the world. The Secret Service views the grounds of the White House as 3 separate security zones. These security zones include the fence surrounding the White House, the house itself, and the interior of the house, namely the president. Each zone is designated as a special team to focus on a different directive. The agents assigned to the president's safety alone are known as the President Protection Detail, or PPD. Agents assigned to protecting the White House as a whole are known as the Emergency Response Team, or ERT. Surrounding the White House fence are uniformed officers, counter-snipers, and canine units who are responsible for jumping into action quickly if trouble arises. The actual number of Secret Service agents on the premises at any time is classified. The bottom line is, the president is well protected. Number 4. Bold Lane Car Park. This car park or parking garage is located in Derbyshire, England, and is one of the safest places in the world. You can't get in unless you have a ticket indicating your exact parking spot, and once your car is parked, it is protected by motion detectors and other alarms that will go off if someone messes with your car. If the alarm does go off, the whole place goes into lockdown mode. It was actually built in 1963, but it became the first park-safe car park in the world 6 years ago, and there has not been an incident of theft or vandalism since. It doesn't look like much as you approach it via Derby's one-way system, but then car parks never do. The only unusual thing about the Bob Lane car park from the outside is the sign by the ticket machine that says follow ParkSafe's 4 steps and we will guarantee your vehicle from theft of or theft from while secured in this car park. After you take your ticket, a heavily iron gate draws aside and closes immediately behind you. Inside there's a large red button labeled panic alarm stuck on every pillar. Number 3. Iron Mountain. On the surface, Iron Mountain is nothing more than a huge storage company. Just a few miles from Pittsburgh lies the Iron Mountain Vault of Butler County. This giant underground complex is built in an abandoned limestone mine, and it hosts a truly mind-boggling amount of treasure. Within its confines, the truly powerful people and institutions store the things they want to keep really safe. The company protects its clients' confidentiality, but if you think of a really big name, there's a good chance that they probably have some secrets stored away here. Bill Gates stores the 23 million physical images of the Corbis image collection here. The Smithsonian stores many of its records in its vaults. Other clients include several movie studios and of course the government. It's easy to see why the Iron Mountain Vault is such a massive hit among the wealthy and safety conscious. They say the complex is harder to enter than the White House. 2,700 people work in the vast network of white corridors that look like they're from a James Bond movie. The vault has its own 5-engine fire department and 125 massive well-protected vaults that are artificially cooled with 50-degree water from an underground lake. Number 2. Doomsday Seed Vault. Deep in the bowels of an icy mountain on an island above the Arctic Circle between Norway and the North Pole lies a resource of vital importance to the future of humankind. It's not coal, oil, or precious metals, but seeds. It would be difficult to find a place more remote than the icy wilderness of Svalbard. It is the farthest north you can fly on a commercial airline. And apart from the nearby town of Longyearbyen, it is a vast white expanse of frozen emptiness. The entrance leads to a small tunnel-like room filled with the loud whirling noise of electricity and cooling systems required to keep the temperature within the vault consistent. Through the door is a wide concrete tunnel illuminated by strip lighting leading 430 feet down into the mountain. At the end of this corridor is a chamber and a layer of security to protect the vaults containing the seeds. There are 3 vaults leading off from the chamber, but only one is currently in use, and its door is covered in a thick layer of ice hinting at the sub-zero temperatures inside. Here, the seeds are stored in vacuum-packed silver packets and test tubes in large boxes that are neatly stacked on floor-to-ceiling shelves. They have very little monetary value, but the boxes potentially hold the keys to the future of global food security. Number 1. The Swiss Vaults. In a recent Bloomberg interview, one Swiss vault owner claims to have the largest stash of privately stored gold reserves in the world. Like a character out of a James Bond film, the owner spoke under the condition of anonymity, explaining he feared disclosing the name of his company because it would put his gold stores at the mercy of thieves. As if being in the heart of a Swiss Alps wasn't enough protection, the secret Swiss stash also comes standard with a bulletproof vest stoning guard, metal doors set in granite, and a 3.5-ton metal portal that opens via code and iris facial scan. Another safety feature, almost as valuable for some depositors, is the tax shelter. Unlike Swiss banks, Swiss gold storage firms aren't obligated to report suspicious transactions to federal regulators. U.S. depositors aren't required to declare gold stored outside financial institutions, so anonymity is also afforded to customers. There are about 1,000 old military bunkers dotting the Swiss Alps. The Defense Department has sold several hundred in recent years, of which about 10 have been converted to gold and computer data storage units. Alright everybody, that's the end of this video, the top 7 heavily guarded places and vaults on Earth. We hope you really enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, but before you go, subscribe, like, and share this video. And don't forget, hit that bell icon to check out more interesting videos made just for you.